Horoscope for December 2025. Aries. December will be a testing time for Aries. The emotional background in the first half of the month will be unstable, which can provoke rash words and spontaneous conflicts. The stars advise you to take a break during this period before making important decisions. However, there is a positive side to this turbulence. It will show who you can really trust, and who it is better not to turn your back on. In the middle of the month, it is important to be careful, especially when it comes to filling out important documents. In the second half of December, the New Year's rush will add to the worries, but rushing and trying to solve all the tasks at the same time is fraught with emotional burnout. Therefore, astrologers recommend making a plan of action in advance, not being distracted by small things and leaving yourself time to rest. After the 20th, mutual understanding with relatives and colleagues will also improve, and the feeling of single-handedly bearing all the burdens will disappear. Also, at this time, we can safely lay the foundation for long-term projects that will bear fruit in 2026. Taurus. The beginning of December will not be easy for Taurus. There is a high probability of unpleasant or conflict situations. Old problems may make themselves felt. At times it may seem that there is not enough strength to overcome these challenges, but a quick start to work on what causes fear will bring the best results. The key skill of this period is the ability to separate important tasks from secondary ones, ignoring minor troubles. Step-by-step problem solving will be the key to future success. To maintain mental balance in the first half of the month, it is recommended to rest more often and be outdoors. Towards the middle of December, there is a high probability of sudden adjustments to plans. At this time, it is strongly discouraged to insist on your own and engage in polemics with your superiors, as this could lead to serious trouble. In the last decade of the month, the situation will stabilize, which will allow you to complete important issues without unnecessary stress and not transfer them to January. Gemini. December for Gemini is a period of deep immersion into the world of their own emotions and the realization of their true desires. The first week of the month is characterized by a sharp increase in motivation and productivity. This time is extremely favorable for everything new. The realization of spontaneous ideas, romantic acquaintances, the purchase of things that have long been dreamed of. However, closer to the middle of the month, astrologers recommend avoiding overly active activities in order to avoid burnout. In the second half of December, it is important to set aside time to contemplate the beautiful, stroll through the decorated streets and create a festive mood. All this will help to celebrate the new year without unnecessary stress. During this period, it is also possible to expand the circle of friends. For Gemini couples in a relationship, the last decade of the month will be the time of a second honeymoon with a partner who will help them get to know their soulmate from a different perspective. Cancer. December will bring Cancers a powerful burst of creative energy and inspiration that can be successfully applied in the professional field. Colleagues and management will highly appreciate the initiative shown, which can become the basis for further career growth. There may be interesting offers from the authorities, including those related to promotion. The last month of winter will be a good one for building a personal life. Lonely Cancers can meet someone who will show the most serious intentions towards them. Those who already have soulmates can enjoy cozy family evenings and romantic dates. The beginning of the month is a good time for a short rest, which will provide a resource for further work. By about the middle of December, growing self-confidence begins to work wonders, and many plans will come true as if by themselves. However, in the last decade of December, Cancers should show restraint and financial literacy so that the pre-holiday euphoria does not devastate their budget. Leo. For Lviv, December will be a month of emotional conversations and revelations. However, in the first half of the month, astrologers advise to be careful and not try to find out other people's secrets, as this can cause serious problems in the future. It is also possible that representatives of the fire sign will be faced with an important choice, but it would be advisable to delay the final decision. Spontaneous actions are fraught with mistakes that will have long-term consequences. During this period, it is especially important to rely on your own opinion, rather than on outside advice. In order for the second half of the month to pass without problems, it is necessary to set aside time for rest and recovery before the holidays. It is important to pay attention to taking care of yourself. Massage, spa, and image change will not only lift your mood, but also have a positive effect on your overall well-being. During physical activity, it is recommended to reduce the intensity by adding more stretching exercises. Virgo. In the last month of the year, Virgos should not succumb to the general rush either in work matters or in pre-holiday chores. There's plenty of time to do everything, and the extra fuss can only cause serious stress. The classic principle of you drive more quietly, you will continue works 100% here. Closer to the middle of the month, communication will come to the fore, but excessive frankness is undesirable. The first decade of the month may also require resolving issues related to past mistakes and misunderstandings, but it will not be difficult to cope with this. The second half of December is ideal for cleansing procedures. Getting rid of unnecessary things, cleaning phone contacts. You should not wait for a special reason to start positive changes. In a career, Virgos are expected to have lucrative offers, where the main trump cards will be innate organizational skills and attention to the smallest details. It is possible to receive new responsibilities or an invitation to a higher position. Libra. December will prove to Libra that you can start something new at any time of the year, even in the last month. The first half of it, according to astrologers, will be spent in endless fuss and attempts to solve the problems that have piled up. However, in the second half, you may have an epiphany. You will have a clear understanding of where and how exactly you should apply your strength. Perhaps Libra will have a desire to learn a new practical skill. Throughout December, representatives of the air sign should remain themselves, boldly voice their personal opinions and put forward ideas. It is critically important for them to maintain internal balance, as this directly affects their physical well-being. Walking, dancing or yoga in a gentle mode will help keep you awake. If you manage to maintain a balance between work and rest, by the end of the month there is a feeling of freshness and harmony. Scorpio. The stars warn Scorpios. December will decisively bring them out of their routine and emotional balance. In the early days, there may be a drastic change of perspective on many things, and some people are likely to show their true intentions. Astrologers recommend dealing with issues that have been postponed for years, ignoring the attendant difficulties. The pleasure of achieving a result compensates for all costs. Nevertheless, it is important to avoid excessive stress. In the professional sphere, December promises Scorpios a rise to a new level. Individual representatives of the sign may receive a promotion offer or receive a substantial bonus, so in the first half of the month, personal life may fade into the background. However, in the 20s, the situation will change dramatically. Dating during this period has every chance of developing into a stormy romance or a long-term stable relationship. Closer to the new year, one should be wary of adventurous offers and avoid investing in questionable projects. Sagittarius. Streltsy will have a wonderful month full of positive events. This applies to both successful moments in work and profitable deals, as well as fateful meetings. December is a period of special activity for representatives of the fire sign, where, if possible, it is preferable to act alone. Working together with other people carries a high risk of disruption of plans and subsequent disappointments. The spread of unpleasant rumors is not excluded. In this situation, the best response is to maintain dignity and confidently follow your own line without trying to justify yourself. But in the second half of the month, favorable conditions will develop for establishing profitable relationships and finding like-minded people. This is a good opportunity to make new friends or even meet love. In December, Sagittarians may have an urgent desire to completely change their approach to maintaining health. The main thing is to avoid extremes. Gradualism will bring much more benefits. Moderate physical activity and a simple diet with the inclusion of fresh fruits will help you feel a surge of energy. Capricorn. For Capricorns, December will be a month of significant change. Whether they will be positive directly depends on the ability of representatives of this sign to soberly and honestly assess what is happening in life. It's time to rethink outdated beliefs and behaviors that have lost their effectiveness. The state of health requires special attention. Ignoring alarming symptoms is unacceptable. Non-standard solutions should be sought in professional activity. The stars advise you to try things that have never been done before. You can start with a new hobby that allows you to discover unexpected talents. The second half of December is a period of recovery and accumulation of strength for Capricorns. It is not recommended to set difficult tasks for yourself now. It is much more important to prevent burnout and strengthen internal stability. Towards the end of the month, you should find time for solitude to analyze your successes and failures, outlining the vector of development for the next year. Aquarius. The energy potential of Aquarians in December will be high, but astrologers warn that excessive diligence in one area or another can lead to burnout. An important conversation that was brewing earlier may take place at the beginning of the month. There is no need to be afraid of him. Solving the problem will bring relief to both Aquarians and their interlocutors. By mid-December, it is recommended to pay off debts and complete most of the work that has been started. Conflict situations are possible in the professional sphere in the first decade, but they will be smoothed out by the end of the month. The last month of the year will give Aquarians a sense of harmony and self-sufficiency. This pleasant feeling will have a beneficial effect on both work and personal life. The main thing is to prevent withdrawal into fantasy and self-isolation. On the contrary, the willingness to share your warmth with others will bring unexpected and precious fruits. Pisces. December will be a month of active self-expression, creative realization, and productive work for Pisces. Astrologers recommend paying attention to appearance and style. This will not only increase self-confidence, but also have a beneficial effect on the emotional state. In the first half of the month, a balance between mental harmony, physical well-being, and professional responsibilities is especially important. At work, you should not expect generosity from your superiors during this period, but hard work will definitely bring results later. The second half of the month is favorable for any creative endeavors of Pisces. The end of December is not the time for big cleaning or urgent purchases of furniture and appliances. It is much more productive to devote this time to rest and favorite hobbies. Also, you should not pursue the traditional celebration of the new year. If you don't want to organize a lavish feast and gather guests, you can order pizza and spend time with your loved ones.